Right now to another twist in the ongoing debate over plans for a new opioid treatment center in Buffalo. The State Office of Addiction Services and Supports has approved the new facility for Hopewell in the Cleve Hill Plaza. It's near the intersection of Kensington and Eggert, and as you can see from this video from a while back, there have been lots of concerns from community members, also lawmakers. They're citing traffic congestion, loitering, also the possibility of kids being around clients who are battling addiction. One of the lawmakers who has concerns about this is University District Common Council member Rasheed Wyatt, and he joins me now live. And sir, thanks so much for coming on here. I know that you put forward a resolution that passed in the council calling for a traffic study. We mentioned congestion and traffic issues being one of the concerns. Tell us what you're calling for here, and is it going to happen?
Yeah, it's a traffic study that we requested that, honestly, Michael, should have been done in the very beginning. This whole process, if it was going through the city, would have went through that type of traffic study to ensure that it's not going to be a major impact on the residents in that community. And this wasn't done. This is what we were told, that this process has been fast-tracked for the Citical Holdings and Hopewell. And it's something, again, that the residents will continue to fight to the very end, because this is something that can negatively impact this community. We can't go backwards, we only go forwards. And if you look at the other opioid treatment centers, the methadone clinics in our city, they're plagued by crime, drug usage, and all sorts of things. So although we know that there are individuals that need treatment, they need this type of assistance, it's just not appropriate to put in this community. So this traffic study will help at least lend itself to hopefully showing the folks at Oasis and the state that this was a bad decision and how it's going to further impact that community.
Who gets to decide if the traffic study actually happens, and how quickly could we get results from something like that?
Well, I talked to the Public Works Commissioner who's being presented to the council, and he's aware that we want to get this fast-tracked as soon as possible because we need the data, we need the information. So again, that depending on what happens going forward, it may be some type of lawsuit taking place, but these are the things that were stepped over and skipped and not even addressed as it impacts this community. So I'm hopeful that we'll receive this in the next 30 to 45 days.
You represent the University District, and again, as we were showing the video there, I mean, we've heard from lots of folks, just as you have, who are opposed to this. I wonder if you can share a little bit. I mentioned some of the concerns, right? The worry about crime, obviously the traffic issue, as you mentioned. What else are you hearing from folks, and how do you respond to the NIMBY argument, right? That nobody wants this in their backyard, but that we need these treatment facilities somewhere.
Yeah, nobody wants it in their backyard, but at the end of the day, you just can't place it in a community, a residential community that, especially one that's already struggling. That plaza is already plagued with issues of loitering, issues of dumping, crime. There's a number of things going on already in the plaza, so this is only going to enhance it. We're concerned about drug dealers coming into that neighborhood, preying on those who are in need of help. And unfortunately, Hopewell thinks that they have a better mousetrap, that they have something that's going to be revolutionary, that's going to change that, and that's not going to happen in our neighborhood as far as the negative ills of those things. And the community continues to stand up and say, we are not going to stand for it, because we know that what has happened in other communities when we have treatment centers such as this, it's nothing but negative. And if you look at some of the things that the University District Block Club Coalition has shown in Harlem, that there's other treatment centers that are just being placed in neighborhoods that are already marginalized and already challenged, and Hope in the Oasis continues to just put them without any concern for the residents. And this is something that we hope to change, and we've talked to our Majority Leader, Crystal Peoples-Stokes, and we've had a brief conversation with Senator Kennedy, and we hope that they'll do the right thing as far as getting Oasis to the council chambers, because the council president, the council asked for them to come and explain to us their process, and maybe we can look at a different way, a different model to placing these things in new neighborhoods or in communities where it's well suited without going and having residents up in arms about where it's being placed.
Something we will most certainly continue to follow. University District Common Council member Rasheed Wyatt has been our guest. Thanks for coming on and helping us understand this.
Thank you for having me, Michael.
You bet.